Hi everyone, welcome to Alpaca My Yarn. In today's video, I was going to show you just a few things that I got for the first day of DFW Fiberfest. It's the 20th anniversary of Fiberfest here in Dallas, Fort Worth. And so a friend of mine and I went together today, and then I'm taking a smaller friend with me who's just getting into crochet. I'm taking her tomorrow. But we found some really great finds just to give you a feeling of what DFW Fiberfest feels like. I'll post pictures here as I'm talking. Um, the Irving Convention Center is very ADA compliant, very easy for those who have difficulty walking. There's escalators, there's an elevator, the parking garage, at least if you go early like we did, the parking garage is attached to the convention center. So we literally took the elevator straight down to the first floor, and that's where we checked in, and we walked right into the market. There are bathrooms in the front of the check-in area, and there's also bathrooms in the back of the market hall itself. They have free water available at the back as well. There's plenty of extra seating that's free and available in the marketplace, as well as all through the corridors and the hallways downstairs and upstairs. The upstairs area also has a cafe where you can get Starbucks coffee, and you can also get sandwiches or salads that are all very reasonably priced. I would say kind of equivalent of the price range of McDonald's, but you can get like a baked potato, you can get salads, hamburgers. They just have a variety of things that you can eat there as well. So it's really laid out very well, very easy to get around. From what I saw today, carts were allowed or walkers. Of course, walkers are allowed, but I saw some other ladies with like carts to carry their stuff in. They were very small, but they did allow those today. All right, so some items that I got. So one of my first stops was this shop right here, the Painted Alpaca. The young man that did the checkout there, everyone's so young compared to me these days, but he was the sweetest young man, and he gave me the bigger bag since I had, even though it wasn't a huge purchase size wise, but it was a huge purchase dollar wise, he gave me the bigger bag. So he was really sweet. So what I got there are these Carrie T Tunisian hook set. These are bamboo by Tulip, and the price that they had at this show, I have not seen online since the pandemic. So I was really happy to find this. This is very hard to find in the US. And if you import this one in from Japan right now with current shipping and tariffs and everything, it's like twice as much to even try to get this in the country anymore. So I was so excited to find this there. When I opened the box, it's literally brand new. No one has ever been in this box. It still had the little silicone things listed in Japanese, the dangers of the silicone packet, and all of that. It was in here. So this is a really great set if you're looking for a set of bamboo Tunisian crochet hooks. This is one I have been eyeing for a long time, and I can't wait to demo these on this channel. Really, really great set. It comes with, I think, 9 or 10 hooks. Let me see how many are in here. 10 hooks. There's 10 hooks. There's 3 cords, 2 stoppers. So I'll do a specific video on just this set, just like I've done on my other Tunisian crochet sets. And this is just a really great value that I got for it this show. I also got from RW Custom Yarn. This is a colorway that they specifically released for DFW Fiberfest. This colorway they're calling DFW Fiberfest 2025. So this particular mix base that I got from them is Superwash Merino Cashmere Nylon Sock. So it's 80, 10, 10, and there's 100 grams. So perfect for a pair of socks. So that one is great. This is the little pamphlet that you get this year. So it has a list of all the vendors and a map layout of the place as well, which is super, super helpful. Um, and then, of course, if you follow the vendors on Instagram, what I did is I went through the list of vendors and I went to each of their Instagram accounts. They're all posting a lot of things that they are bringing with them. So that kind of gave me an idea of who was going to have some yarn specifically for the show, for show colors, and maybe some specific stitch markers for the show as well. I met a man from Japan. He's doing tours to Japan for sashiko stitching in particular. So it was so nice. There were two, of course, I think her first name is Yumiko. Yumiko Alexander with Dando Knits is there, as well as this man was here with promoting sashiko stitching from Japan. So it was nice to find and be able to speak some Japanese with others that are from that area as well. So my first stop every year when I go to DFW Fiberfest is their actual DFW Fiberfest booth. And this year I could not believe how perfectly their tape measure matches all of my yarn stuff, my blanket. So it's like this blue gray and it's the cutest little tape measure. They have it in gray and they also have like a beigey off-white one. They also have some cute bags, but I've got a million bags. So I did not buy the bag this year. I loved last year's bag and I have that one. And so this year, what I decided to get from them was just this little tape measure. I can throw it in any of those bags that I already have. So that was my DFW Fiberfest logo item that I bought for this year. Now, the very first booth I went to, I had seen them advertise on their Instagram that they were going to have specific stitch markers and things for this show. I always mispronounce her thing, but I think it's Katrinkles. And so this was the one that she has released for this show. Really cute with the armadillo and the ball of yarn. It says DFW Fiberfest. So that is a really cute little hook that I can add to any of my project bags. And then she also had this cute little boot that is, this is a Texas yarn festival. So here's a boot, and right here in the notch of the boot is a yarn cutter. So super handy to have on the outside of a knitting bag. Now, just as a warning, any of these kinds of cutters that you have, you may want to keep these at home if you're traveling by air. I have heard sometimes that airlines don't like blades that are in things like this. So that one I probably won't take on an airplane, but I can put in my project bag that I take locally here in the car. I've been wanting to get one of these for a long time. Sometimes, we lose our labels that are on our yarn, and this you can just put the yarn on it and it'll, tell you an estimation of what the yarn weight is that you're working with. And then there's also this little bitty one when you purchase from her. She has this little stitch marker that she's giving out as well. So 2025, and it can be used for knitting or crocheting because it's on one of those bulb stitch markers. So it says DFW Fiberfest Katrinkles 2025. And then my friend that went with me, she got this for me as a surprise little gift. She gave it to me at lunch. Really cute little gift. Fiber friends are the best friends. So very sweet. There are different booths that you can stop by that are offering like free stickers and free pins and things like that. They'll have them out on the table. I always ask first, but one that caught our attention right away was these crocheted hearts. They were giving away for free along with this particular statement. And it was a picture of a young 13-year-old boy who had his father was at the table, and it's for mental health awareness. So stop by their table, their story, and they are giving away these hearts and for mental health. So I'll show you some of the other little freebies that we came across. There was this little bookmark. Um, One was giving away these like 3D printed little bitty white sheep. I thought those would be cute on a video next to something. This little pin, this lady's from Oklahoma, and she has a lot of hand-dyed yarn here. She also gave us this huge sticker, really pretty with her logo on it. So I'm going to add that to my knitting journal. Um, there's a lot of women swapping handmade stitch markers, and maybe next year I'll be better prepared to participate in that. But they have a whole section sponsored by Juju Knits that's set up outside in the outside corridor, along with this huge cake that says, 20 for the 20th anniversary, and it says, let's swap. And then where you take a picture, you can take a picture on the inside. I'll post that here. They have like a photo booth set up with little sunglasses and signs that you can have. And they were giving away these little stitch markers there. And then if you register, right in the middle of the marketplace is the DFW Fiberfest registration section, where you can go in and register for door prizes. And there, they're also giving away free stickers. So I get to stick that one in my journal as well. And I bought yarn for one project. So this project it's a chick that knits is the name of the yarn, and it's amazing. So let me show you a picture here of the pattern that they showed for this yarn. And what's amazing with this yarn is majority of the color, as you can see here, is gray. But then it has a little bit of these green and pink areas. So anytime you run across that green or pink area, you automatically switch over to this other stitch that they have a YouTube video for. And it ends up creating something on the shawl that looks like a flower blossom. So you can see there's pinks and then there's greens and purples. So the greens end up looking like little leaves in this particular stitch, and then the pinks end up looking like the flower. And it looks like you've used color work yarn, but you haven't. It's all just in one skein, and only when you come up to a part of that color on the yarn is when you make that particular stitch. And then after that, everything else is just a regular knit stitch with the gray. So really love that. It's color scheme I really love to wear. And so that's the one project that I picked up today. So on Sunday, I didn't do a ton of shopping. It was really to take a young friend who had wanted to go. I did most of my big purchases the previous day, but that night, my daughter had mentioned that she wants to get back into crochet. So I also looked for a few things for her. So each day you could go to the booth in the center of the marketplace, and they were giving away free stickers. So I picked one up so that I can add that to my planner. This was from another company, 28north.com, and she gave away the stickers and this pin. Yarn for the Masses had an amazing selection of yarn. This is something I bought for my daughter. They had this one and then the one I showed earlier in the video, which is the blue gray. And then there's this cream one. So I got this one for my daughter. And then these were my straps. They had some 80s and 90s themed items. So I got these little needle pointer covers for myself because we had the original Game Boy, came out when I was a teenager. And then, of course, I had to get some more Nintendo items. So Kirby with a stomach full of yarn, and then the mushroom, like from Mario. So super cute. So there's these 3 sets of stitch markers that I bought. This one is still in the original package, but I'll show you how they go in here. These I bought for my daughter. This was the cutest one. It's a Dr. Pepper theme. So it has like a Dr. Pepper can, and then the other stitch markers are like a tab that you would pull off the top of a soda can. And so I got her some bulb stitch markers as well to add to the tops of these, since she's more into crochet, but she can still mark the front and back of her work that way, with these stitch markers. The other one is she loves Chick-fil-A, and so they have this Chick-fil-A, and then it has two that are super cute. Let me get it out. There we go. So it has a little chicken and a cow head, and then, oops, and then some hearts. So those are super cute as well. So I did get bulb stitch markers in gold to also match these for her as well. Man, I'm just making a mess everywhere today, aren't I? So that was pretty much it for Sunday. So let me know if you went to DFW Fiberfest and what you picked up. There were so many projects, so many classes, and everyone seemed to really be enjoying the classes. So I think I might sign up for a class next year, maybe two, we'll see. But it will be held again next September. So hope to see you then.